Today we're reviewing Identity Thief, directed by Seth Gordon and starring Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. I went in with to this with not very high expectations, and I came out feeling as though the movie did not really exceed them. I wasn't expecting very much, and maybe that helped me like the movie more because I wasn't holding it to a high standard.
There was very little intelligent humor, but there was some funny stuff. The throat punches were enjoyable.
Yeah, like
because it's just like who punches somebody in the throat.
Yeah.
But why not punch somebody in the throat? But her squealing like a pig after every time she gets hurt, after she'd wake back up, she just and then punch somebody in the throat.
You're referring to Melissa McCarthy? No, I know exactly. There was some physical humor that they went back to a lot and they repeated a lot, but they knew what was funny, I feel like. And, there's some... It felt like I was watching an extended edition comedy.
Yeah.
It was too long for the story that it was telling. And the two central characters, Jason Bateman and... what's her name? Whatever. They were great together. They had great chemistry. I thought they were entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was also... a lot of the scenes when they were in public places just seemed so... improbable and impossible for those interactions to have occurred.
Yeah.
When especially in the bar with Big Chuck, who is a great character.
Yeah.
And plays it very well.
Yeah, and Big Chuck is played by
Eric Stonestreet.
Eric Stonestreet.
Right. Yeah, Eric Stonestreet
from Modern Family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does a good job being who he is, but at the same time, that scene of all that Big Chuck shit, it would not have transpired.
So yeah. I mean, there were some things that, helped progress the story, but really, if it was just, if they kind of streamlined it, if it was a more simple story about just him and her, and if the writers actually came up with creative ways for them to interact, rather than, using other crazy, unrealistic characters as crutches.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have improved, and it would have been shorter. I mean, look at Due Date. It has have you ever seen that? It has a little bit of they get arrested or something like that, but that's not its crutch. I mean, the things that they do, it seems much more realistic, and it just felt grounded and not over the top. That was the thing about Due Date. Is yes, some stuff felt over the top.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it was two guys in a car that hate each other, but it was just really funny.
Yeah.
This one relied on other stuff.
It definitely did. The situation was less of what the character did to cause it.
Yeah.
And just
more about
what crazy thing was written around the corner.
Right.
To say, oh God, it's getting boring here. Let's throw in,
exactly
an explosion and a naked man. How does that do? Oh well, we got some laughs. Good. Let's move on. Yeah.
Oh, I like the way the car chases were filmed though. I thought it was well done.
I agree with that immensely, especially the initial one with the van. When Jason Bateman chases in the rental car. That one was great.
It was great.
They threw in. It was so intense.
Yeah.
They got, especially when they entered the intersection and turned through all the moving traffic. They had
They made it look really good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even in action movies, they don't have that sort of intensity.
It's true.
It just makes it look like, we'll just slam a 4-wheel drift through the corner, going 90, whatever. Maybe do a 360. Why not? This was, it had a good amount of intensity, and the stunt driver, I guess, the way they filmed the van, it was just electrifying. You're like, is that shit gonna roll? Oh my god, he's sliding it through the turn. It was exciting.
And then, when he veers off into the other traffic, and he has to weave through it, it just looked really real.
Yeah.
That was actually, happening very fast to that,
Yeah. It seemed like they were impressed, the actors, literally.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy, she was looking over oh my god, he's not dying over there. Wow, look at him go.
Yeah. And then when she gets hit by a car, the whole audience was like, holy shit, that looks real. She just got hit by a car. And then later in the scene, she's like, did you see me get hit by that car? So it was totally, they play around with that. And that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do think that, like I said, if they took, they trimmed some of the fat out of this movie, it would have been funnier because there were a lot of funny moments. But it was bogged down by stuff that wasn't. Yeah. So it just felt more expanded. And, because of the length of the film, the jokes came less and less. Yeah. Because it was longer.
There was something, that I always hate about movies And a movie is, it's not very full if the best parts are shown in the preview. And that one line, like, what are you, a Kenyan?
Yeah.
That line is like, I love that line more than any other in the movie, I think. I think that was the best written line in my part.
Actually.
Yeah, but
and that's what
I saw it in the
chemistry.
preview. Yeah, but I saw that in the preview.
Oh.
And so I saw it coming, it was just like, nice, but that was it. That was the peak.
It's exactly the same as in the preview.
Yeah, exactly. But they did do a good job. They added a few things in the preview that kind of gave you a different perspective that played out slightly differently in the movie. So that was good, because you can do too much to lay out a movie.
Definitely.
But
you can go too far with the trailer for sure. I was frustrated with Jason Bateman as a character because he took everything, like, he took all this abuse from all the characters. He was just such a wimp. Such a huge wimp, like, where you know that in that situation, if that was you, no one in their right mind would ever take that kind of shit.
Yeah, but I feel like that's part of the perennial character that Jason Bateman has been cast as.
No, that's true.
But
it's a little typecast.
It kind of sucks, but I feel like they never give him a strong role. He's the accountant. He's that sort of thing.
Exactly.
When I first saw the previews, I was thinking, who's this, like, badass gonna go on a mission, like, track down this this woman ruining his life?
Yeah.
And then he's watching. It's like, wait, this is a CPA, like, trying to get his his identity back, like, get his credit score fixed, like.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about the endings.
Yeah, the endings.
Yeah, it had a few endings.
Yeah, text this number for ending A. Text this number for ending B.
Yeah, choose whichever. Yeah, exactly. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's like it felt like one of those alternate endings.
Yeah.
Except all of them.
Yeah.
They you thought it ended, and then right after that they had another ending. And granted, the final ending was the best one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it did really, like, top it off, kind of. It ended the film nicely. But even so, it's just like those last, like, 20 minutes were just like, it doesn't need to be going on this long.
I was thinking, I know it's not over because they're not in Denver.
Yeah.
But when are they going to get to Denver already?
Right. Exactly.
God.
Yeah. I saw you looking at your phone like, what time is it? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I had to check. I was like, how deep are we in this movie?
Yeah, this epic. No, I mean, yeah, we're exaggerating the time. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10, which is a rental. The reason for that is this comedy had a lot of good moments, but it was bogged down by its length and unnecessary tropes that the characters have to endure, and they're just not particularly interesting because they're just so ridiculous. And you see Jason Bateman as a character, you don't understand why he's going through all of this. Like
6.5 out of 10, which is rental. It's something that is enjoyable for a wide range of individuals, but for reasons that are not quite clear. It is a little bit long, and it gets bogged down in a few parts, but there's gems, very hidden, that are absolutely there, though.
No, I agree. I had a few laugh out loud moments for sure.
Yeah, just the use of profanity even was well done.
Yeah, yeah.
They
agreed.
They did a good job.
It's true. I'm glad it was R.
Yeah.
If it wasn't R, it would have been a lot less funny.
Yeah, absolutely.